What
They
about
are
Axe?
very
You
fun heroes.
literally-
But guys, we have a
you said
draft
Axe
available
earlier.
for game number 2. So let's jump into this one and see what's going on. What about, do you guys like watching techies? I don't like playing against techies, but I do like watching techies.
But seriously, if someone tells you Dota, like what heroes are epitomes? Like what heroes just
10 seconds remaining.
describe this game the best?
For me, it's Sven and CM. I don't know why, but I guess it's just like kind of the classic support, the classic carry.
Okay, the simplest ones, yeah.
Anti-mage and Spectre.
What?
All right. I actually guess that one of you two is gonna say anti-mage, because that's also just
Team banned.
I can see
pure
it.
misery in this game. You know, it's what reminds you of.
No, hold on. The only misery I heard was Nomad saying he doesn't like playing against techies, but he likes watching it because he likes to see other people suffer.
Yes, I do. Any more
Why?
questions?
Like, techies, the only pleasure you can get is from
Look.
playing techies. You can't have
5
pleasure
seconds
playing with
remaining.
techies or playing against or
FNATIC's turn
watching.
to
That's how I
ban.
see it.
But you see,
The only-
the best storylines come from people that get
Team
ground
back.
down to the very bottom, you know, the lowest of lows, and then make a big comeback and reach the highest of highs. You know, to get to the lowest of lows, you have to have lost to a techies at some point.
Oh no, this rabbit hole. Let's not go in there,
It's
guys.
the
Let's just-
formation of storylines, you know, the
let's-
hero's
let's
journey.
focus on the game right in front of us.
Remaining.
What do we have here? Fnatic versus
The same
TP,
damn
game
thing.
Number 2.
5
No
Exactly
Pudge
the
yet.
same.
They need to ban Pudge, right? They need to ban Pudge because I think that's scary. And you know, it really worked
Oh.
out last game with the Bane and then the Venge, and then he was so farmed on jabs.
I know what's
Pudge
happening
is
when
a
he got
here,
legit
to
guys.
that.
hero. Like, I actually believe Pudge was not that horrible in the last patch as well. Like the hero
His shard is
before
cool.
he was given the shard, yeah, you could argue that he was garbage. But after that shard was given to him, you can find use for Pudge at any given point in the game.
FNATIC's
8
turn
lands
to
plus
ban.
shards, you're able to save targets left, right, and center, and not even to talk about the hook and dismembering enemies. So overall, I think the hero is in a really good spot. They opt not to ban it for now, at
Team
least.
banned.
We'll see.
Do you know who else can save their teammates?
Vengeful?
With
Banned
the shard, with the shard,
Oh, with the shard.
like Pudge can. It's Slark.
Live Slark? Yeah, Slark as well.
position.
All right.
No, we're not doing
Position
Slark 5
5
again. We've
Slark.
seen that before. RNG tried it and it went horrifically wrong in the Chinese Dota
5
pit.
seconds
It was one of the
No, my
worst
point-
games.
My point I was trying to make is like even last patch, like Pudge was like a decent hero, but you know, had to wait till 20 minutes to get that save ability, right?
Yeah.
But now this change where like you can actually kill a creep with your hook, like Mirana can, just makes his hero so good. Like you can't call Pudge a bad hero anymore.
Well, I was about to say that both of these teams were just drafting the same heroes again because they knew that the English stream went down and they wanted to recreate the
10
game for all the viewers at
seconds
home.
remaining.
But now they've picked Ember Spirits. That's out the window.
5 seconds remaining.
It's an interesting pickup. They already have the Bane and the Clinks, right? They just get a stable playmaker on that mid lane, a stable playmaker that's also decent versus some of these heroes that can get on top of Clinks. Decent matchup versus Void Spirit, but I would kind of value Void Spirit a little bit higher here still if I had an option to pick one of the two.
Why is that?
It's just personal preference. I feel like I've seen Void Spirit just do more in games over on
Yeah,
Ember Spirit. in
it's
the
less
last
farm
weeks.
dependent than Ember is.
FNATIC's
That's for
turn
sure.
to pick.
So it has much more flexibility in terms of just running around and just making chaos on the map. And wow, Oracle
Easier
Sven
hero
just
too.
like that.
Yeah.
So the Oracle is because you can purge off the Ember shield, right? It's just a natural counter to the Ember. It always has
10
been. Obviously,
seconds
throughout
remaining.
history, like or in the last few years, people don't think too much about it
5
compared to before because
seconds
Ember has
remaining.
different builds now. But it's still a very good hero against Ember. Sven, obviously top carry of the patch, alongside Clinks right now. So they just want something very standard. This is solid. This is like fear drafting right here. Solid.
Yeah.
Just pick the best heroes of the patch and just do your job.
And Oracle into Bane's pretty good as well, right?
Yeah, it's just a lot of saves versus the Bane, Purge versus the Ember. Overall, just good. I like that point. They're taking their draft from this next level 5-head, into the. We have normal support, normal carry. We're gonna make some stacks. He's gonna farm out, and he's gonna win us the game. So I don't mind seeing that from Thunder Predator. Now I'm waiting for Fnatic to show their hand and pick Pudge again. That's it. Just pick some Pudge, hook the Sven while
might-
he's farming stacks.
Give the people
I
what
wonder
they
if they will
want.
still do it against Oracle, because you do have, Fate's Edict. You got ways to save from the Pudge.
Dire team ban.
The
answer is no.
Oh,
That's
that's
a
a good hero against
Really
Oracle.
good.
Though.
Yeah.
That's amazing. The demonic purge just removes everything, even the heals. You can't be healing because it gets purged off right away. Fate's Edict gets purged off. So the false promise isn't going to do much because you're going to be slowed and just standing there and not being healed up.
And it also should be really good versus Sven. It's
Five
like you can say that
seconds
later on in the game it's natural counter to Oracle, but it's also really good versus Sven. My only problem for Fnatic right now is that I never like seeing these kind of supports paired up together, like Shadow
Yeah.
Demon plus Bane. It's just not something that I like. I want to see at least one forward that's a brawler type, or at least some Enchantress, whatever. Upfront and personal is how I like to call them. Your Earth Spirits, your Tusks, your Spirit Breakers, whatever. When you have Bane and Shadow Demon, look at the Fnatic's lineup right now. Not a single one of these heroes wants to start things, or I guess Ember could, but every single one of them likes to be on the outskirts of the fight, right? No one likes to be up front. No one likes to just go and man up versus the Void Spirit and the Sven, which might be a problem.
They're going to need to pick that in this last
Dire team
hero
ban.
right here. Maybe like a Mars, or they got to make up for it for sure. Some Centaur, possibly. That could work.
Yeah. Tidehunter already banned out, so that's not
Yep.
something they can get.
I was thinking Night Stalker, but they banned that themselves. I mean,
Yeah.
damn, I can't believe we're talking about
10
Night Stalker,
seconds.
Clink, Spirit Breaker,
It's a good patch.
Yeah,
5 seconds
these heroes just
remaining.
came out of nowhere with the patch, so
Yeah.
you just gotta get used to it.
Yeah,
By
they
the way,
definitely
Nomad,
need a
why,
nice-
why is
yeah.
Bane good versus Pango again? We see the match.
Oh no!
Well,
Have you seen this every
Lizard.
game today.
Well, I mean, it's a great point to make. You raise it. It is very good against Pangolier because you see, you can put the Enfeeble on him, and that's going to mean that his cast time for his ultimate
it's
is
the
very,
Enfeeble.
very long.
Fanatics
Oh yeah,
turn
the
to
cast
ban.
time increase is a new thing, and Pangolier don't like that too much. And then you can Nightmare him, or I mean, his other spells don't matter. It's just that interaction, and solely that interaction alone that makes this matchup
Nice.
good.
I see. Okay, I see. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Very-
And now
very
we
great
need a nice
explanation.
lizard
Remaining.
offlaner for the side of for both sides, really.
5
Something
seconds
strong,
remaining.
something powerful, something handsome. A little bit simple, but we let it go.
Very simple. I'm just not sure what's left here. Doom banned out, Beastmaster banned out. There's something like Slardar perhaps with Clinks that might work.
Oh,
but-
that's kind of a
Yeah.
lizard.
Yeah, there you go. Fits the team.
Ooh, we come
Very
full circle.
simple.
Dire team
hit, I bash. Let's see what-
Slithering around.
Yeah, slithering, exactly. Well, what can TP go for, though? They also need an offlane. Or Pango could be the offlane and they just pick their 4.
Yeah, I mean,
I think that's going to be a
Moose-
4. I believe that
10
Moose
seconds
loves playing
remaining.
Pangolier.
He does. He does.
It's probably his fairy hero or something. And
Fanatics turn to pick.
oh, they steal the Centaur. That,
Okay,
I think
okay.
that's a hate pick right there. Just take it away from Fnatic.
And
Also,
also,
been a good hero.
remember when we talked about how all these heroes on Fnatic like to be on the sidelines of the
10
fights?
seconds
Centaur
remaining.
does not allow you to do that. So if Thunder Predator
5
want
seconds
if they
remaining.
want to initiate, if they want to get on top of these supports or cores, they will now, as they have Stampede to work with. It's a really good pick. I like it.
Yep. I'm a big fan. It's just
There's
these
Mars
pesky
here now, I
drafts.
guess. Yeah.
That's a good shout. Is Mars good against Sven?
It's not that great, but it was considered
It's-
historically good versus Centaur, right?
Yes, incredibly
I
good. They
see.
can't stampede out.
Can't run away.
Yeah, but Oracle Fate's Edict is very good to save inside of it, but you're still
Yeah,
they need this.
Oh.
They needed this team fight anchor who can, hold on the fights, especially hold on these Centaur and these heroes who want to get out. So I love this draft here from Fnatic with the last pick at least.
Right, that's gonna do it then. This Fnatic draft looking pretty well rounded, but I'd say Thunder Predator this time around, it looks like these guys are on a much more even playing field. So I'm gonna say, we've had 3 game series all day so far, and I reckon it's gonna be the same. I reckon Thunder Predator about to even this one up, guys. What do we think?
Yeah, so far I was actually always voting for the 3-game series. This time around, I think I'll go with Fnatic. I think they just played a little bit better in that first game. Plus, this Mars rounds up and fixes all the issues that I've seen in the draft in the first 4 picks. So I'm going to go with Fnatic.
Mm-hmm. Me too. I'm going to go with Fnatic here as well. I think they have Clinks. I mean, we saw how some of us saw how Raven played Clinks, and it was really good. So, yeah, I believe in him again.
All right, let's throw it over to our casters then. We've got B-Cop and Mo Farah on the case for game number 2 of Fnatic versus Thunder Predator here at the OGA Dota Pit.
Thank you very much, Nomad. Man, it's been that kind of day, eh? Hair's going all crazy and, just trying to keep it all together here. But, yeah, Thunder Predator, Fnatic. Fnatic had a really good time, and I think one of the biggest questions for me about Thunder Predator is how is Frank's lane going to go? Because that was a 1v1 lane and ended up being real tough for him.
I was going to say, it can't be any more difficult than last time. So he's on the up, B-Cop. He's going to do well this game, I believe.
How much belief do you have?
100%. All the belief. Oh, Moose is going to run up the high ground. Can they find anything? No. They need the Oracle to go first if they're going to find a kill there.
Nani?
I'm ready for the big level 3 Oracle kill steals.
30 seconds.
Hell yeah. We get to see them all the time. I
That's
love
what
that
I'm here
Shinkyu spray, by the way. So good.
Is it your favorite one?
One of my favorites, yeah.
We'll see if Thunder Predator can even this series, get us 3 for 3 today on game 3s.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of pressure on the Shadow Demon here to do well, I think, for Fnatic. I mean, my problem for them is going to be, like, have they got the damage output for this, for these 20-minute fights or so, right? Where if you look at Thunder Predator's lineup, they're very brawly. Like, the Void Split can get stuck in, the Pango and Centaur can get stuck in. Sven does such a huge amount of damage. I'm a little bit worried for them that their support duo in particular might struggle to deal with a lack of damage output, potentially.
Right. One of my questions is, do they have enough here to kite the Sven throughout the God Strength and make sure that he can't really get anything done in these fights? Because that was the way that we saw the fights happening in the last Sven game, where it's like, all right, he popped God Strength, let's back for the duration, then go back in towards the end.
I think they have decent kite. The Shadow Demon ult's the big one, right? And being able to try and kite the Sven. They have grip and everything as well. Arena's pretty good. So, I don't mind. I think the problem is God Strength lasts so long now, right? It can be difficult to kite for the whole duration.
Right. And we see MNZ and MJZ here in the top lane. I asked some people involved with the org, and they told me that MNZ and MJZ are like brothers from another mother.
Oh, okay.
They do everything together, which and they lane together. It's always cool.
That's nice.
Close with your lane buddy.
I think. I can't remember if we've had this conversation before, but I think it's important to be able to have this connection outside of Dota as well, right? That and then when it translates through into the game, you know, you have that like really nice vibe between you. I guess that's the word.
Yeah, you can get that like sixth sense.
Yeah.
If you're on the sixth sense, you know like what your partner in the lane is thinking, right?
Yeah. If you're on the same level, like as people, then these plays will come like much easier to you. Ooh. They might get the Sven.
Disruption with the Shadow Poison, and that's already a 4 stacks. Make it a 5th, and Jabs has first blood. MJZ just not there to help out, and with 5 stacks of the Shadow Poison, it's enough to get the kill. So first blood, and that's going to open up the lane a little bit.
Oracle just goes over to make the small camp pull, and Sven gets caught out of position, and that's that. Like, you have to be really careful as a carry when your 5 goes to full, and FNATIC punish him really well.
And he needs to be careful stepping forward. Jabs doesn't exactly have as much mana to work with this time around. He does have a mango. We'll see what else he grabs, because if they can get a couple of stacks on him and land a spear, Sven's in trouble again.
Yeah, I think the level 3 in particular is such a big point in the lane. And they have it now on FNATIC.
There's the disruption.
They're in trouble.
And they should be able to follow this up with a spear. And they'll have another stack. They should have another one if needed. And there's 5. There's the kill. A second one for Jabs in the top lane. And FNATIC already rolling.
Obs again. This kill's happening top lane. They're still checking bot.
Ooh, mid.
Did you think it was yours?
Battle of the Spirits. Right now, leaning towards Void Spirit by just a slight margin.
Yeah. I mean, that Sven's now going to have to walk back to top lane. Like, he dies twice in a row. If you look at his farm in comparison to the Clinks' now, and it's only going to get worse because he has to run all the way back top again, he's going to fall so far behind.
Never refuse gold given.
And you're going to come back up here with now Death being level 4. Yes, the Shadow Demon has walked away, but I think the kill potential is certainly still there the second he steps back in a lane.
Oh, for sure.
Stormhammer charging up the Fortune's End, but a God's Rebuke comes in, and Shadow Demon's making the rotation. They've thrown out the spear, so Death will push away MNZ. And now Death's kind of out of mana on this one, but he just have that Soul Ring, so shouldn't entirely be a problem. MJZ needs to be careful about how many stacks he's got. And yeah, there's the spear. One more stack probably needed. Oh, no.
Yeah, he wanted to release it before the Oracle used the magic community.
Yeah. So he released it and then got one after the Fate's Edict, right?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Aether Remnant doesn't land, but they're coming around the back of this Ember. Leo Styles a little bit low, but the swashbuckle finish from Moose. Chun will lose his life. Again, it's Fortune's End with the Purifying Flames, but it just doesn't feel as effective as we've seen Oracles in the past. And Death feeling in a really good spot. And yeah, they're going to look for the spear. Fate's Edict gets another stack. Leo Styles dead, by the way, to DJ. MNZ almost dropping too.
That's so much XP for the Bane. Like, he gets the solo XP for killing the Void Spirit, right? So all of a sudden he just hits level 4, 5.5 minutes into the game. That's not very often happening for position 5. I mean, the only reason it's happened to the Oracle top lane as well is because the Sven didn't get any XP.
Definitely want to be a little bit careful stepping up like that with the health he's got.
Oh.
We still picked up the Arcane Rune.
Yeah, that was really close to Pango taking it, though. Fortunately, the animation quite long.
A little something extra for the effort.
Death will pop us south. I don't know who that is on Phoenix Gaming either.
I have no idea. It doesn't even have to be one of the players. It could be anybody.
Right. I'll have to ask.
The lanes have kind of recovered pretty well, though, for Thunder Predator. This Centaur, I assume, has his Vanguard ready as well. Clinks can't really do anything to him anymore, so he just kind of exists in this bot lane.
Does he need to do anything to him, though?
Such a limited imagination.
Not well. They can't really stop each other from farming. That's the point, right? So they're both just going to be left to their own devices down here, while the rest of the heroes try and make things happen on the map. I've got hiccups all of a sudden. Sorry about that.
I could scare them out of you.
I'll just look up your MMR beacon. It's fine. Don't worry. It's been a long day, B-Cup, but you know, we gotta have the little laughs. Oh, top lane.
You have the laughs. Stormhammer comes out. MJZ in some trouble. 3 stacks of the Shadow Poison on him. They'll go to the Stampede. They'll take the kill into Death. They'll end up taking out MJZ. And now can they keep Death alive? No, he'll die. A couple of stacks are in. And here comes the Ember. Slight. And Moose. 4 stacks. He should be A-okay, but I say that. Disruption looking for a 5th stack. I think that would have been the killing blow. Certainly would have been the killing blow.
That guy got like, yeah. I think it's down to like 20 HP or something there. With the Tranquils, though, should be able to stay on map.
My path leads to riches.
Oh, the Sven's recovered really well, though. He's got more net worth than the Mars. Even though he had that really awful double death. So, fair play to MNZ. He's done well.
A little bit surprising, but he does have that greater cleave. I'm still a bit shocked, though, that he's been able to pull that off. The lane certainly was not going well for him at all. And things kind of slow down.
Yeah, they need the level 6 on the supports, really. On the Shadow Demon and the Bane now, to make moves across the map. So the fact that the Clinch is jungling while the Bane gets XP bot is fantastic for FNATIC. Thunder Predator desperately want to push in this bot tier 1 with the Centaur Vanguard.
I will say Frank's having a much better lane than the last game.
He's used his stun.
MNZ hit with the disruption, already used the Stormhammer. They've got a couple stacks of Shadow Poison on him. Sticky Shadow Poison. Sure, let's go with that. They'll Stampede and try and get MNZ alive. Oh, the Slight just misses. Meanwhile, a Nightmare out onto Frank as Moose misses the swashbuckle down bot.
Well, this is really good though by Frank because it's stopping Bane getting XP. Like the more he threatens him in the lane. Like we said, they need this level 6s on the support. So. The Centaur existing build, very strong.
Yeah. I'm still unsure how DJ has this Bane taunt just connected to everything. It feels like every time he uses a spell, taunt.
Nice regen here for Void Spirit.
Yeah, that'll be nice for Leo style.
They find him a nice Arcane Ring as well, which is a good game.
You end up losing that top tier 1 though.
They've just traded tier 1s, that's all. Nothing too crazy happening so far. Game slowed down a little bit, which I think probably favors Thunder Predator. I mean, all 3 of their cores are having a really good time at the moment. I'm not a big believer in this Ember Spirit hero right now. I think it's okay, but like the panel was saying before, I think this Void Spirit's looks much better.
What do you think the difference is? What's changed for you?
Oh, hang on. Hang on, Beacon. They're invading the stacks.
And they want to grab these stacks away from the Sven. Courier's actually going to fly right over the stacks at the moment. They'll bring the rest of the team in, and they get the big camp, but can they get the Ancient stack? It doesn't look like they really want to commit to it.
Corrosion on the Ember now as well. How do they kill the Ancient stack, though? Like, they don't have the heroes to be able to do it. So they take the big camp stack, which is great. Difficult for them to get any more.
Yeah, I'm not too certain they do.
So I think Centaur went Vanguard Hood, right? Which I don't mind, but it feels like he can't really do anything now until he gets blinked, right?
Mm-hmm. Maybe only on Stampede is he able to get anything done, and they're going to Astral Step as well as have the Aether Remnant. They'll look to get the kill here on a Raven. They'll finish off the Clinks. Throwing Thunder, bouncing Death and jabs
Fiend's
around.
grip.
They've got the Fiend's Grip onto the Sven, but do they have the damage to follow it up? He's about to be released from that Fiend's Grip, and now the Dissimulate. Ooh, Leo Style doing some damage on the Death. Oh, the Disruption may have just saved MNZ. Pops the God Strength, turns this around, gets the kill on a jabs, and will walk away. If that spear lands, he's probably dead.
Yeah, he is, but it's just unfortunate, right? Like, it happens sometimes. But really well played by Thunder Predator there to turn the fight. They get the Clinks straight away. I'm really surprised FNATIC tried to fight after the Clinks had died.
Radiant structures are
You
falling.
can't go into the Aether Remnant on the Ember. It's unfortunate.
So yeah, we'll let the Void Spirit get away.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And really not let. It's more of a
he's-
forced.
He's just cleared the Ancient stack as well on the Sven, so just caught up with the Clinks in net worth here.
Thanks be with you.
Feeling pretty
This
good.
game right now is going really well. Yeah, for Thunder Predator.
Yeah. I think killing the Clinks was the big thing in the top lane, right?
Yeah.
Allows the Sven to catch up on this hero that's been farming pretty much freely the whole game so far. Like we were saying, the Centaur and the Clinks bot before couldn't really, do anything to each other.
Strictly just farming, and now, we'll see how FNATIC react to this point in the game where I guess they want to wait for the Deso and wait for the Dragonlance of the Clinks.
I think they need to wait for the Mars Blink, and they need the ults up on the supports again.
Yeah, they should have the Mars Blink in just a second. Yep.
They can't get in range for the Nightmare. Assumes he's got a ward there because he backed off at the right time, but just good game sense. Almost Aetherland's done on the Shadow Demon as well. Going to be a big help.
Yeah, they just need to be able to communicate that, because communication has already shown to be a problem.
Yeah, I think Thunder Predator, when they get this blink, I think they're going to explode. Like with how much they can do on the map. This Centaur suddenly becomes like a massive threat.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
How is this Clink's 500 gold ahead of the Sven all of a sudden? What happened?
Clinks just do be farming.
You do be like that.
Got your answers. Some decent vision for both teams. Dire's got an Obs in their own jungle for protection, and Obs in the Radiant jungle, so you could say for protection as well.
I like this warding by Thunder Predator. We've seen that ward, especially in that Radiant bot jungle there. We've seen it a few times today.
Radiant are scanning.
A little bit to the left sometimes, but...
Thing is, it does avoid that high ground sentry.
Unfortunate for the FNATIC, they were assuming somebody was going to come over and try and grab the bounty rune. They tried to time the smoke with the bounty rune spawn, but nobody in the area.
And now they've got this blink dagger on the Centaur, so he's pretty built. He's ready to go. Frank having a much better game than the last one.
Oh, that's for sure.
He's almost matched his net worth from the last game.
Have they got a smoke that they can use? I'm going to try and push in the mid-tier 1 though on FNATIC.
You just give this up?
They're running a bit late if they do want to defend it.
They do end up getting the deny, though, and now they're going to blink in. They've got themselves a host on the whole game with the Stormhammer. They've got the disruption. The arena comes through. It's onto the Oracle. They get the gun. MJZ. MNZ trying to catch this Mars, but now they've lost moves. God Strength was already committed to this one. They go after Leo Style. They get themselves a third kill. FNATIC counterplay that perfectly. That is really well done.
Great initiation by the Mars to find the Oracle at the start of the fight, right? He catches him in the arena with the spear as well. But unfortunately, for Thunder Predator, they use all the Oracle spells onto the Ember, but he gets disrupted, and he's getting healed by the Purifying Flames while he's in the disruption. So when he comes out again, he's got like 300 HP instead of 50, and they can't quite finish him off. Really well played by FNATIC, like you say. And it looked like a great initiation as well, right? Like they almost got the complete 100 to 0 on the Ember.
Right.
Not quite there.
Missing out on the Ember allows the rest of the fight to snowball.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Death had a really good arena as well.
Yeah,
Using that blink.
The fact that the Oracle dies first is the biggest thing. But he should cancel his TP. I think he did.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
It's rough.
That it is, and what's also rough is Death losing his courier to Frank. We'll see if they want to make a move again with Frank.
Sorry, say that again.
I said, let's see if they want to make another move with Frank in that Blink Dagger soon.
Yeah, they could do. They need the Oracle and the Centaur to be in the fight. They need a +1 as well, really, I think, to find a kill. And that's only if they run into one hero. The problem is they're playing against this double save on FNATIC in the Shadow Demon and the Bane. So if you don't kill the supports first, then the fights are really difficult. You saw how good that disruption was last fight. There's a Deso on the Ember. Oh dear.
The Over Corrosion goes into the Deso on the Ember. And now he's actually remnanted into his jungle and might just get caught. Aether Remnant, Fortune's End. They're looking for the Rolling Thunder. Can he survive?
Oh,
Ooh,
nice.
The Remnant right into the Rolling Thunder. He's got another one to try and run. Shield Crash right on top. MJZ's got the kill. And yeah, you may have picked up that Deso, but they had the damage to get that one.
Dire's top tower is
They need to trump. Yeah, Jabs is trying to push out this mid lane so that they can't push the mid tier 1, but he's going to give his life up for it.
under attack.
Yeah.
Radiant structures are
It's unfortunate.
Precious bounty.
Bounty
Now-
dug up by Moose.
Yeah, with the Frank Centaur having Vanguard, they're going to take the tower.
under attack.
Really well played by Thunder Predator. Get back into the game. That Rolling Thunder onto the Ember was awesome. He knew-
Predicting the movements. Honestly, really quite nice. And that's what they need from Frank. He had a 1v1 lane, and I think if his lane even goes 66% as good as it should have, as it went, what, 20% as good as it should have,
Tower is under attack.
they would have been in a good spot in game number 1.
Oh, Frank?
Oh boy, now they've got themselves the Fiend's Grip.
Oracle.
Frank's in trouble, but there's the false promise coming out from MJZ to hit the silence onto the Mars, and now Mars slept up. Rolling Thunder coming in. MJZ, he's charging up a Fortune's End.
This
God
Sven?
strength pop by MNZ.
Yeah, he just... I assumed he thought there was going to be a bigger fight there, but it never really came. And they're going to smoke up again on FNATIC.
Did they see his God strength go off?
I'm not 100% sure.
Because he's going to run in and he's going to have that God strength, but they get the Nightmare out on a Frank, so that means there's no Blink as well as
Great
that
arena.
Stomp, and now they've got the arena as well as the Spear that lands on MNZ. They'll get the kill to the Sven while his God strength's going off. They hit the Searing Chains. The Host Stomp's going to land on a 2, but it's not going to be enough to save the life of Frank. 2 heroes down on the side of Thunder Predator, and FNATIC counterplay perfectly again.
Yeah, really well played. And are they going to head into the Roche pit here? Can they do this quick? I guess Sven's dead for 30 seconds. It's quite a while. Maybe they can do it quick enough.
Dire are scanning.
Great reinitiation, though, by FNATIC with the smoke up.
Radiant
And
Right.
again,
top
Death
tower
just
is under attack.
owning these fights with this arena. Sven desperately needs that BKB. And they're gonna try and get into the Roche pit. Moose has Rolling Thunder again, but this Roche is so slow. He's casting
Oh, it's
the...
going to be close. The Blink, the Fortune's End. Oh, the Nightmare. Oh, almost enough to save Death. They'll get the kill in a row.
Oh
They'll pick
my
the Aegis
goodness.
into the hands of Raven. Another, they got the silence onto the Ember Spear. They look over at Moose, who's taking a lot of damage coming out from this Clinks. They've got Moose. Blink, host stop from Frank. And the Fortune's End is out. Raven looking like he's going to lose that first life. Can they protect him? DJ looking to set up potentially a Fiend's Grip that's up in 10 seconds, but they have the Aether Remnant. Raven now trying to run. Host stop comes in again from
Get
Frank. The
out.
Astral Step coming out from Leo style. They hit the Nightmare coming out from DJ. DJ backing off the rest of his team as Raven's on the high ground, and they don't get more than just the Aegis at that moment after killing off the Mars.
This is what I was saying, though. Like, the Roche is a good call, but it's so slow to kill. They have Deso on the Ember, which helps and whatnot, but they almost got punished really hard for it. They just about get away. It could have been so much worse there for FNATIC. I really like that play, though, with the Fortune's End onto the Rolling Thunder. That was cool.
Always a nice setup if you could pull it off.
Was that a Grove Bow on the Clinks? I think I just saw. Cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Thanks, Gaben.
Everywhere I move on the map, I hear Bane throwing up some cheeses.
DJ's just enjoying himself, man. Don't put him down. He's having a good time.
It's connected to his right click, I swear.
I like that the panel keep mentioning it as well, but the fact we've had Pangolier versus Bane every game today is...
It's been all 6?
Yeah.
No, 8. Smoke play here from Thunder Predator. They're going to try and make something happen with this timing, having the God Strength ready to go. Dab's in a good spot to break the smoke. Ryan looking for that blink as well as the host bomb. They'll use the Stampede. And there it is, right on top of the Bane. An early God Strength, and I'm not sure for how much more, and it's not looking like much.
No, it's pretty crazy, isn't it? Evansy's done that a few times now, but
Yeah.
it doesn't look like they're going to be able to get much more out of this either.
Invisibility.
The thing is, if you don't pop the God Strength though, and then the fight starts, it's valuable time lost, right? So I understand why he's doing it, but
Dire's top
Now it's going to be on cooldown, right? So that makes you vulnerable for the next 70 seconds.
I can see FNATIC just going again now with a smoke or something. Looks like they're grouping up around mid. Yeah, here
There
we
it is.
go. And they're going to run up towards top lane, I assume, to link up with their other two heroes, and they're picking out the top tier 2. I honestly don't know if Thunder Predator can defend this. I think you have to let it go.
Dire's
They're gonna
structures
glyph.
are fortified.
I think I agree there, but the question is how much pressure can they put into the bottom tier 2?
Like, you can see them pinging it. They're like, yeah,
None.
guys, we need to try and trade, but it's just gone.
Yeah.
Dire's top
If they're going to
tower
start hitting the
is
bot tier
falling.
2, you can hit their tier 3 as well. You see FNATIC pinging it. They're like, guys, just force them back. Like, we don't need to take a fight, but we want them to all TP back to their base.
Dire's top tower.
Klinks is doing this.
Radiant's
they have to
bottom
react.
tower is under attack.
They don't even TP well.
Radiant's middle tower
FNATIC just a
Yeah,
little
they
bit
just
worried.
kind of allow it to happen.
So
We're
FNATIC,
available.
FNATIC, they're going to be able to hold the high ground here as well with the smoke especially. Thunder Predator knows this is going on though. They pinged the area and they were like, guys, they're going to be like sitting here. We need to be careful. Frank's going to be the one to try and break any smokes.
They've got the obs on the high ground.
Good read by Thunder Predator.
The obs was there for Fnatic, and I'm pretty sure they may have caught a glimpse coming over like that. Granted, both teams had obs on the high ground.
Ember's just pushing in top lane as well. Look. Being so annoying.
I was gonna say I
Crimson
assume he's
Guard.
got, and I was gonna say I assume he's got a remnant back,
Yes, yeah.
making a move like that.
He has Crimson Guard on the centaur as well, which is interesting. I mean, it's pretty good, I guess.
That should be
Oh
all
my
right.
goodness.
Got the damage on the moose.
Best effort.
I mean, it's the Ember amplifying the Klinks' physical damage, right? With the Deso and the minus armor. And Klinks just shreds through people at the moment. Does he have any armor items on the center? Because if he only has Crimson Hoods, like or whatever, then might struggle. Oh my god. Cool.
He's got Crimson for 6 and then Dragon Scale for 5.
Right, okay. Okay.
M&Z, I don't think he knows that this is happening, and DJ does have Fiend's Grip available.
Oh my
That'll
goodness.
immediately be used, and the damage there is more than enough to get the kill on M&Z.
Under attack.
Really no doubt about that one when he grabs it. It's a 6,000 net worth lead right now for Fnatic. Thunder Predator not really putting up much of a fight at the moment through the last few minutes or so.
I think Klinks is just running around though. When he has ult on, he's got 3,700 HP. Like, how are you supposed to play against that as Thunder Predator? This hero just seems so ridiculous right now.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And they're going to chip away at the tier 3 again that they were hitting before. And these little skeleton, these little, I don't even know what they're called. Just giving vision for the clinks as well to hit the tower.
Yeah.
It's Crimson's not doing a huge amount, unfortunately.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
There's Ags coming out for the
Oh
Ember
god.
now. Enables him to get to the backline much easier to try and deal with the Oracle.
Axe pick up for the Ember too. Jeez. Multiple Ags coming out at the same time. That is going to be rough to deal with.
Precious bounty.
Raven just cutting through this creep wave. Shadow Demon looking for the Blink Dagger next, now that he's got himself those 3 charges on the Demonic Purge with that Ags.
Yeah, and for
Jabs'
FNATIC,
positioning's been perfect too.
yeah, it's been really strong. I think the Void Spirit can't be the only hero that gets on the backline though to deal with Jabs and DJ. Problem is, like, who do you go on first? Because there's 2 defensive supports, right? If you go on one, the other's just going to save them.
Radiant's bottom tower
Yeah,
is
really
under
difficult
attack.
scenario. They need to try and find a way of initiating on both at the same time, and that's so difficult.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
For Fnatic though, they can just wait for second Roche if they want, right? Like, there's no rush.
Radiant's
No, not at all.
They're, you know, they're farming really well. You don't want to throw away a fight here on either team just before the Roche spawns. It's going to be a really quick one as well.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Now coming in quick, and it comes down to how Thunder Predator are going to react to this, because they need to make sure that, in my opinion, they can test this Roche. They cannot just let it go.
No, they can't. But again, it's about finding the right opening into the fight. If they got a ward, the high ground.
Dire's
They've got a
top
sentry
barracks are
down,
under
and they'll blink forward. Nightmare comes in, quick fingers there from
Radiant's
DJ.
middle tower is under attack.
And then the damage coming out from Raven with that burning barrage. Meanwhile, Sven, he's going to hide in the pit nearby. Maybe looking for this Clinks.
Oh, they see the Oracle.
Got a glimpse. And they've got the arena down. They're going to look to kill off MJZ. They should be able to finish off the Oracle very quickly, but MNZ comes in with the BKB as well as the God Strength. The damage is not going to be enough to get the Clink on
Oh
Raven.
my goodness.
MJZ, Frank, MNZ all hit the deck. They're going to buy back on 2. Look over at Leo style. Try to chase this Void Spirit as they finish off moves for a 4th. This should be a full team wipe plus buybacks as they land the Fiend's Grip. They get the kill, and it will be all 5 on the side of Thunder Predator going down with a triple kill there for the Ember.
Yeah, again, fight starts. Oracle dies first. And honestly, at that point, it feels like the fight's pretty much over. You see the Sven trying to hit the Clinks. He's basically just doing no damage, it feels like, right? He has Elven Tunic as well. He's so tanky with the BKB and the Skadi. I don't really know how they're supposed to deal with this. I said it before, but
Dire's top
you know, they can just go back for Roche if they want as well here. There's a DD outside the pit. Absolutely no rush to end the game.
Yeah.
B-Cup, we might get a 2-game series.
Don't get your hopes up too quickly.
Oh no, I've said it now. Oh, what have I done? Schedule equals
Dire's
saved.
middle tower is under attack.
Junior picked up here for the Clinks. They're going to go for this Roche.
Thunder Predator can't go anywhere near it without the God Strength in particular. And they couldn't kill
Or for
Clinks
the
once, never mind twice. So,
Well.
be interesting to see how they try and approach the next fight.
Uh-oh. MNZ just used this stun. Gleipnir coming in, and now they're going to try and make the jump. They've got the silence as well as the 8th Remnant. Rolling Thunder comes in from Moose. Sentry down from Raven. Remnant forward from Ember. BKB runs out on the Sven, so he's able to make it back to the base. Moose' Rolling Thunder runs out near the tier 2 tower.
Dire's
I'm going to call that a win for Thunder Predator because nobody died.
Dire's courier
Okay.
has been killed. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under
Then we said the
Yeah.
center has no armor.
Yeah, making the jump in, and he is just going to be ripped to shreds by
Kill
Raven. Death ends up dead from MNZ's right-click damage.
They know there's no
As he
buyback on the
pops
center.
that God Strength.
Yeah, so without the buyback on the centaur, Death just instantly comes back. He knows that this is their time to win the game.
You get the silence. They line it up with the Aether Remnant. Good disruption to stop him from getting hit by the Storm Hammer. If his Searing Chains comes through and hits onto the Void Spirit, who will back off with the Astral Step all the way back in the base and try and heal up.
Just chipping away at the buildings here. How long until the beacon be on Sven? Must be up again now, right?
It is available.
Easy. Easy, did I?
I guess. But you're still losing your axe.
Normally.
I think they're just going to transition to go through bottom. There's no reason not to. Raven's got an Aegis.
Yeah, I mean,
He can pretty much do whatever he wants.
natural progression. You take 2 sets of racks, go push in the other lane. You might as well, right? Especially while you've still got the Aegis for so long. Spider legs on the Bane as well. It's really nice.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Interesting. Diffusal Blade for the Lynx. This will be a quick tower.
Yeah, might as well try and build the most efficient amount of like raw damage output you can for this point in the game, because this is your point to win. No point saving for a bigger item, right? If you feel like you can just end now.
He's got that Diffusal Blade and he's gonna take that tower. Now they'll move and try to go for the high ground. Sleight of Fist. Smoke was used. Not sure if they caught a glimpse of that. But they'll look to wrap around and make a last-ditch effort play. Radiant, meanwhile, they've got an Obs and a Sentry down. Raven gets the kill on
they're
the
wrapping
style,
around.
who will buy back. They're wrapping all the way out and around to try and get a play here as they'll pop that God Strength. They've got the damage coming out onto the Pangolier. Moose is going to lose his life second. Jabs will die, but he's got buyback. Right click Zane onto Frank. Sleight of Fist through. That's all the way in from Chuan. And they'll get False Promise off to save the Centaur, but MNZ and MJZ, they'll both fall in succession. Neither of which have buyback. This is a fight happening right by the base as Frank TP's back in. And yeah, FNATIC will start to invade once more and try to get this tier 3 bottom and as well as secure the Mega Creeps, if not the game and series.
Yeah, a bit of a... It feels like Thunder Predators haven't really shown us what they've got today, right? Which is a bit of a shame, because we know they've... You know, especially where we saw at the first major and things.
There's certainly more for us to see.
Well, we definitely didn't see much from them in game 1, but...
True.
Didn't see much of anything.
No.
But well played by FNATIC. I think we had lots of questions about them coming into this series. You know, about whether they'd be able to perform with like the new roster and things and whatever, but they've done a really good job.
A really good game, though, from FNATIC. And they should be happy. They get a 2-0. They take it over Thunder Predator, knocking them down to the lower bracket and looking ready to play